Hello, my name is Nicolás Ordinola, and at school we have been studying the body and how it works, how their system functions, and how it is fueled. So today we're going to talk about nutrients. So nutrients are a chemical substance found on every living thing on earth. It is present in people, plants, animals, and all other organisms that you can imagine. It has nutrients and it uses nutrients. So nutrients are present in everything you eat, and it is needed for you to function properly. So there are many types of nutrients, but the two main types are the macronutrients and the micronutrients. So the three main categories of the macronutrients are the carbohydrates, the protein, and the fat. And the two types of the micronutrients are the vitamins and the minerals. So these are very important for you. So let's take a look at the macronutrients. So the macronutrients, the word macro means large. So these nutrients are kind of bigger than the micronutrients, and we need them in a lot more quantities than the micronutrients. So for example, the carbohydrates. So they are a type of a macronutrient that of quick energy. So for example, the potatoes. The potatoes are very rich in carbohydrates, and it is used to generate glucose, and the glucose is like sugar, so it is a great source of energy for our body. Proteins, so they are a nutrient that it is used a lot in your structure of your body. For example, proteins are very important to build tissues such as muscle. So muscle is mainly used of proteins. So the bodybuilders eat a lot of protein. You have seen that they eat a lot of meat and they drink some special drinks of protein. Is because of the structure of your muscles are made of protein. So proteins are made of smaller monomers called amino acids. So there are 20 amino acids in total, but your body can make some of them, but not all. There are 9 amino acids that your body cannot do. So they are called essential amino acids. So you can find them in fish, meat, beans, eggs, and some food rich on protein. So these are very important for your constitution. Fats are called lipids. So fat is a lot of energy stored. The body stores a lot of energy in fat. It is very important, for example, to cushion our organs, because if we don't have a lot of fat, our organs are not going to be cushioned. To protect ourselves, to send signals in the form of hormones around our body, and there are many foods rich in fat, a lot, but there are many different kinds of fat. There are good fat and bad fats. For example, avocado fats are good and they are essential for your body, but for example, oil fat that you eat in, for example, McDonald's nuggets is very bad. Or for example, the trans fat, it is very bad for you. Each macronutrient supplies a specific amount of energy. So we know how much energy is in what kind of food by how many calories it has. So a calorie is a unit of energy. Think as calories as gallons of fuel in a tank. So if you have a car that can travel 20 kilometers with 1 gallon of fuel, and you are taking a 40 kilometers trip, so you need 2 gallons of fuel. So calories are fuel for the human body. Vitamins and minerals are part of a group called the micronutrients. So it is essential for our well-being. So the micro word means small, and humans need micronutrients in small amounts. So vitamins like the vitamin A, vitamin C, and vitamin D contain carbon. So they are organic compounds. Minerals, for example calcium and iron, do not have carbon. So they are inorganic compounds. Vitamins and minerals play important roles in the human development and well-being, including the regulation of the metabolism, the heartbeat, the cellular pH, and the bone density. Lack of these micronutrients can lead to various diseases in adulthood and in the childhood. For example, it can lead to rickets, that is caused by lack of vitamin D, scurvy, lack of vitamin C, and osteoporosis, lack of calcium. So vitamins are available in two forms: water soluble and fat soluble. So water soluble vitamins are easily lost through body liquids and must be replaced each day. So the B and the C vitamins are water soluble vitamins, and the fat soluble vitamins are the A, D, and E and K. Where do nutrients come from? So people and animals get most of their nutrients from food. Essential nutrients are the most important ones because they are the ones that the human body is unable to synthesize. They are they must be obtained from food or water. So essential nutrients include carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals. So what do nutrients do? So carbohydrates break down during digestion. They are turned into glucose, and glucose is the fast energy of our body. Cells pick up glucose molecules, and with the help of insulin, they use them to generate energy for us to function. So the carbs are not around. If the carbs are not around, so your system automatically turns to fat or protein for energy. So it is very important to have the right balance of each nutrient. Both carbohydrates and proteins have 4 calories per gram, but fat is more concentrated source of energy and is offering 9 calories per gram. So that's why our body loves the fat and it loves to store it. So that's why we get fat when we eat delicious things. So some nutrients are vital to tissue growth and repair. For example, the vitamin C builds collagen, a type of protein that is a structural component of cells, particularly skin cells. So vitamin C is vital. When you cut, you must have vitamin C in your body for your body to close that wound. If not, that wound will stay open and you can have some diseases and it can infect. But okay, vitamin B vitamins including peroxide, biotin, and niacin deconstruct complex protein compounds into simpler forms called amino acids. So the protein you eat, it is deconstructed into the amino acids by the vitamin B or the multiple vitamin Bs. So these modern amino acid molecules stack on top of each other, creating tissues, including muscle tissue. So muscle is made of amino acids that is made of protein, which has been broken down by B vitamins. So iron is not involved in creating tissues, but it carries the oxygen through your blood to all your cells of all your body. So it is very important. Several nutrients work together to keep our bone and teeth strong. Calcium is the most abundant mineral in our body and the primary component of our skeleton. Without calcium, our skeletons will be very porous and will be a lot softer and they will break easier. So, and also you eat vitamin D from your diet, so calcium can be properly absorbed. Without vitamin D, your calcium can't be absorbed. And additionally, calcium works alongside phosphorus to create bone structure. So when you break your bones, calcium and phosphorus work together to fix it. Very important. What is a balanced diet? A balanced diet is one that gives your body the nutrients it needs to function correctly. So the proper nutrition for our diet, the average that a person needs is about 2,000 calories a day to maintain their weight. However, the amount of calories he needs to eat, it varies between your weight, your height, and your gender, your age, or if you are physically active. Because if you work out and you're a man and you're very high, you need a lot of calories because you need a lot of energy. But if you're small and you don't work out and you're not so physically active, You don't need so much calories, and if you eat a lot of calories, you get fat and you get overweight, and that's not good. So, but a balanced diet is very important because our organs and tissues need proper nutrition to work effectively. Without good nutrition, our bodies can fall into disease, infection, and fatigue, or poor performance. For example, our pancreas needs to produce insulin, but if we don't give the right nutrients for him to produce insulin, he will stop producing insulin, and the pressure of our blood will rise. That's what happens, and you can get diabetes. So children with poor diet can run the risk of growth development problems and poor academic performance. So it is very important to feed your kids with a good diet because the future depends on it. So
How has science affected the issue? Food additives are used to either preserve food or improve its taste and appearance. Sometimes certain food can lose their color during preparation, so food coloring is added to make it look more appetizing. Emulsifiers are handy for keeping mixtures containing oil and water from separating. Added flavors can come from natural ingredients or they can be 100% manufactured. One nutritional disorder. What all types of diabetes have in common is that they cause people to have too much glucose or sugar in their blood. But we all need some glucose. It's what gives our energy. We get glucose when our bodies break down in the carbohydrates that we eat or drink, and that glucose is released into our blood. We also need a hormone called insulin. It's made by our pancreas, and it's insulin that allows the glucose in our blood to enter our cells and fuel our bodies. If you don't have diabetes, your pancreas senses when glucose has entered your bloodstream and releases the right amount of insulin, so the glucose can get into your cells. But if you have diabetes, this system doesn't work. Diabetes causes very vary depending on your genetic makeup, family history, ethnicity, health, and environmental factors. There are two types of diabetes. Type 1 diabetes occurs when your immune system, the body's system for fighting infection, attacks and destroys insulin producing beta cells of the pancreas. When you've got 1 type diabetes, you can't make any insulin at all. You are more likely to develop type 2 diabetes if you are not physically active and overweight or obese. Extra weight sometimes causes insulin resistance and is common in people with type 2 diabetes. If you if you've got type 2 diabetes, it's a bit different. The insulin you make either can't work effectively or you can't produce enough of it. Type 2 diabetes usually begins with insulin resistance, a condition in which muscle, liver, and fat cells do not use insulin well. As a result, over time, the pancreas can't make enough insulin and blood glucose levels rise. In both type of diabetes, be, because because glucose can't get into your cells, it begins to build up in your blood, and too much glucose in your blood causes a lot of different problems. To begin with, leads to diabetes symptoms like having to wee a lot, being incredibly thirsty, and feeling very tired. You may also lose weight, get infections like thrush, or suffer from slow healing wounds. Over a long period of time, high glucose levels in your blood can seriously damage your heart, your eyes, your feet, and your kidneys. These are known as the complications of diabetes.